My name is Dr. Rob C. Thompson, and you're watching Maybe Magic, a show that asks, is this magic, maybe? Today's question, are there demons, and if so, what are they? Belief in demons, that is to say, evil spirits bent on causing harm to humans, probably entered Judeo-Christian tradition through Babylon, Assyria, Egypt, and Persia. The Zoroastrians are often credited with developing the concept of demons under the control of a head demon master. Zoroaster, the religion's central prophet, talked about the devas, or evil spirits who deceive humankind and are the product of wrong or evil thinking. The most powerful of these is Angra Mainyu, the absolute antithesis of the Zoroastrian god. Babylonian demons were named to indicate strength and greatness. There were the night spirits, demons who seized, demons who lie in wait, oppressors, and overthrowers. They lurked in graves, in ruins, on mountaintops, and in the wilderness, and were most active at the darkest hours of the night. They moved soundlessly and entered houses like snakes through cracks and crevices. Once they'd taken hold of their victims, they tortured them for their own sadistic pleasure. They could cause headaches or pandemics. They could drive a person insane and inflame their passions. Demons called Arde Lily, for example, were female spirits who sexually excited their victims and then left them unsatisfied. She might visit a male's dreams, but she wasn't alone in this power. The Rabisu and Labartu were known to cause nightmares. Demons could drive birds from their nests. They could also kill livestock. They were believed to be the cause of the eclipse. And Assyrian kings placed the Shedu or Lamasu demons at the entrances of their temples and palaces to secure their protection. These are the famous human-headed winged bulls that you've probably seen in a museum or two. Arab tradition differentiated between angels, the devil, and jinn. The jinn could be evil, but they could also be good, whereas the devil was always evil, and the angel was always good. Muhammad allowed for belief in the jinn, but forbade their worship. Jinn belief was likely derived from pre-Islamic traditions around Arabia and Persia regarding nature spirits, and holdovers from ancient gods and demons in Babylon, Sumer, and Assyria. The jinn encompass in their fiery supernatural bodies the survival of pagan concepts through the days of the Prophet into contemporary Islam. Indeed, Muhammad himself spoke on dealings with the jinn and incorporated them into his worldview. Modern people across the Islamic world continue to worry over the presence and influence of the jinn in their lives. The jinn, or fire spirits, encompass a variety of supernatural beings, including powerful marids and ifrits, archdemons, flesh-eating ghouls, and good jinn who have heard the word of the Prophet Muhammad and converted to Islam. The Torah, or Old Testament, was generally opposed to belief in evil spirits, but it goes ahead and lists a bunch anyway. First, there's the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Then there's the hairy ones, goat-like demons who dwell in the wilderness. There's night ghosts, horse leeches, also known as blood-sucking demons, Mot, who are demons that hover near the dying, Duma, the angel of death, Sheol, a spirit presiding over the underworld, much like Hades or Pluto. And then, of course, there's circumcision. Circumcision was thought to ward away evil. Moses circumcised his son to drive off a devil, and in some traditions, prayers were only heard after circumcision. The Book of Enoch, composed as early as 300 years before the Common Era, told of how 200 angels descended, led by 10 chiefs with names like Kokabael, Armoros, and Terrell. These angels sexed the hottest daughters of men and taught them how to do magic, and then they knocked them up, and the women all gave birth to giants, who were super angsty and 3,000 ells high. The giants wreaked havoc on the world, while the descended angels taught humanity a variety of arts, including the use of eyeshadow, astronomy, and meteorology. And God sent Michael to bind the fallen angel's leader, Semjaza, and his followers for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, and he allowed the giants to destroy each other. They had, apparently, the giants that is, lusted for immortality, but at Gabriel's request their lives were cut short in bloodshed. Enoch went and spoke with the Watchers and took their petition for forgiveness to God. He had a dream in which God and his angels sent back a reprimand to the Watchers, and in that dream God revealed to Enoch that the ghosts of the slain giants would continue to roam the earth as evil spirits. These spirits were cursed to wander and bring trouble to men. The women who fornicated with the fallen angels were transformed into sirens, and as for the Watchers, the descended angels, they would be banished to the end of heaven and earth in a great abyss full of descending columns of fire where their spirits would lead men astray into worshipping demons as gods. The Scottish and English King James, best known for the English translation of the Bible he sponsored, and his survival of the Guy Fawkes gunpowder plot, also for pulling together England and Scotland into a unified Great Britain by virtue of his lineage. Anyway, he wrote a dissertation on demons. King James was, by all accounts, fascinated with witch trials and personally oversaw some witch executions. In his demonology, he classified demons according to how they sought to injure humans. The spectra troubled houses and lonely places. Oppressive spirits haunted people externally. Possessive spirits occupied them physically, and fairies were responsible for assisting in sorcery and prophecy. A major concern for Christian demon lore was the incarnation of demons, particularly for the purposes of sex, since demons played an important role in witchcraft by fornicating with witches who in turn disrupted the reproductive practices of good Christian peasants. Theologians and priests wondered how demons, who were non-corporeal beings, could have sex if they didn't have bodies. The simplest definition of the succubus and incubus are that they're demons that have sex with humans, but demons, according to tradition, do not have physical bodies, whereas sex, according to tradition, requires physical bodies. This seems like a simple enough problem to solve. Demons don't have sex with humans. With physical bodies, that is. They use their spirit bodies. Except that Genesis 6:4 says that the sons of God, or fallen angels, came unto the daughters of men and beget children, also known as the giants in the book of Enoch. So it's not enough for demons to have spirit sex or to borrow a human's body. In order to beget superhuman children, they need to do the sexing themselves with their own sperm. One of the most thorough thinkers on this topic was Ludovico Sinistrari. Sinistrari offers a few explanations for how this exchange might happen. The traditional view was that the demon would possess a corpse. Like occupy the corpse. Get it to move around, sort of like Weekend at Bernie's. It's also possible, according to Sinistrari, that the demon forms a body out of matter on hand, sort of like what we'd call an ectoplasmic manifestation today, a bit like Slimer. But Sinistrari offered a third approach. Demons, he said, are not pure spirit, as tradition dictates, but rather have both body and spirit. Men are made of clay, but these demon creatures are made of more subtle material like fire, water, and air. Demons, in Sinistrari's view, are more like elementals or the jinn. They are slender, have longer lives, but are mortal, and are more learned than us. And, much like the jinn, it is also possible for their souls to be saved. Demons are far from straightforward, but they provide us an outlet to think through what it means for evil to take form. Perhaps even the evilest evil, as Sinistrari suggests, can still find its way back from the depths of hell. Maybe Magic is written and performed by Rob C. Thompson, with video editing by Dan Rosendale.